Hi, my name is Cameron, and this is my YouTube video on evidence. My video is mainly focusing on circumstantial evidence, but will have a little bit of direct evidence within it. My video is about James Adam Green, who is former military police and has served his community as a sheriff's deputy for 40 plus years. Jim is known by the community as just one of the most lovable people. On May 8th, he wanted to end it all. And we are all so grateful that he didn't. But he came to his breaking point. So when I go over and read the different affidavits and different documents, it's in there as, and I have my affidavit right here for it. So the statute is, they're saying he shot within the residence. So they're going for Florida statute 790.19, but it never states, they say that he shot 2 bullets into his ceiling, which is stated down here. Green fired approximately 2 shots through the ceiling of the residence. So that's on paragraph 4 of the charging affidavit. But it then goes on to say that there were multiple officers at the scene in close proximity to the residence. So that is direct evidence because that can be proven. But it then comes down to Officer Freely advised that he heard a projectile hit the roof of one of the vehicles located in the driveway. So that goes back to circumstantial evidence because it never states that they found the bullets or that the bullets were taken into evidence or any sort. And Jim lives around a bunch of oak trees with acorns and squirrels, so the noise that they heard come down on top of one of the vehicles, which would either be his personal truck or his department issued vehicle, could have easily been an acorn falling off the tree because, like I said, his whole house is surrounded by oak trees, or there's plenty of squirrels in there, and a squirrel could have dropped an acorn and it hit the roof of a vehicle. There's no evidence where they state for 100% that they found the bullets and can prove that it was a gun that he shot. They don't know what kind of gun it was. They don't know when he did it necessarily. They don't even know if he did it. They don't know where those bullets landed or the shell casings landed, if they landed even somewhere that wasn't on the roof. So yes, direct evidence would be they heard the gunshots take place, even though it's not stated, but they heard something come down on top of the car, which again could have been anything in the area where he lives. So another piece of direct evidence is where it says the defendant had lowered all of his storm shutters and denied access to the residence. So that's gonna be on body cam. So obviously that's direct evidence. You can physically see that he had all of them lowered and there was no getting in. Now let's rewind a little bit and we're gonna go up to paragraph 2 and 3. 2 states that there was a call made about a suicidal person, which later was identified as his sister, which could be direct evidence or could be circumstantial because it can be direct by them tracing the phone number. But it can be circumstantial if they didn't look up the phone number and nothing was said about it and the sister didn't say anything. Now, in paragraph 3, it states that he contacted Miss Green and wanted to know who contacted the cops. Mr. Green stated, "You know who I am." "You know who I am" is in reference to 90% of this community knows and absolutely loves him and knows that he wouldn't do anything to harm anyone or anything. So this is completely not like him. He also stated that he, quote, "I want to kill myself." Again, it doesn't state that law enforcement heard it or that, which I'm going to go on and say that they most likely heard it if he's asking who called the cops. But it's never stated that it's on body cam or who heard it, other than he called Miss Green and said that. Now, somewhere else in here is where he states, "I'm going to die today." Again, it doesn't say who heard it. It doesn't say if that call was recorded. So this is all circumstantial evidence for the most part. But again, there are bits and pieces of it in here that are direct evidence, but most of it, and what I'm mainly focusing on, is the gunshots, because again, like I said, there's many oak trees. So I personally believe it's more of, there's a higher chance of it being an acorn than just one singular shell casing landing on top of a car. Because you can walk up to Mr. Green's house, and within you walking up, you hear at least 5 acorns dropping, if you're paying attention. So it could be either, but it's never stated in the report that they found the shell casings or that they had the gun to do a residue check to see if it was recently fired, because Mr. Green is very particular about his guns and will clean them every week, and if he fires them, he cleans it that day. So all of this is circumstantial. They don't really have anything, which again, like I said, I'm focusing on the stating of the bullets and a casing coming down onto a car. So that's where I'm at with it, and that's my circumstantial evidence. And this is both stated in the non-arrest affidavit that I'm looking at right now, and his risk protection as supporting evidence. So, thank you. Have a good day.